So.
How you doing, Ty? Same starters today? What's the, I guess, the challenge with the Spurs team? I know you play them, obviously, but when they have a young team that likes to get up and down, a lot of guys were questionable. Do you kind of just focus on yourselves at this point?
Yeah, that's what we have to do. Just focus on getting better every night. And like I said, we know they're well coached. They're going to play hard. They're going to play the right way on both sides of the floor. And so, we got to just make sure we focus on ourselves and playing the right way.
Ty, I believe you guys are 26th in time until you take a shot, basically into the shot clock. Last year you guys were 19th. I know you said you kind of want the team to play a little bit faster, but how do you get them to play faster without rushing things on that end?
Well, like I said, when John comes in, our pace definitely changes. By him getting the ball off the floor, attacking the basket early, getting some easy looks. But offensively, with the starting unit, I think, like I said, just taking care of the basketball is the most important. I really don't care how fast we play. Just making sure that we're just taking care of the ball. And so it's hard to score points when you turn the ball over 19, 20 times a game, and so we got to be better in that regard. Take away the careless turnovers, like the ones you're attacking the basket, trying to make a play for yourself or your teammate. That's totally different than just, trying to inbound the ball, turn the ball over, rebound the basketball, throw it to the wrong guy out of bounds. Like, those are the things we got to try to eliminate.
Hey, Ty. With the Zoo playing 31 minutes a night, it's career high. I'm just curious, how much of that is a function of him just being the only real big man in the rotation versus him doing more of maybe what you want from him?
Well, he's been doing great. I think his ability to protect the rim, I think rebound the basketball, and it's glaring when he's off the floor. We have a tough time defensively and rebounding the basketball. And so the way he's been playing at a high level, like I said, we don't want to wear him down early, but he's been doing a great job. So we're trying to get the most out of him, but also being smart about it.
Doesn't that concern you that he played basketball all through September and the World Cup stuff?
Well, I think that's why he's in such good shape right now. By playing this summer and not taking the summer off was good for him. It's very beneficial.
Ty, I know you said you look at things in 10-game stretches. Do you start that over with Kawhi back in the lineup, and how do you measure the progress with Kawhi if he's only playing 21, 25 minutes per game?
Yeah, we definitely got to start over because, like you said, we have a new starting lineup with Kawhi being in the starting lineup, and just kind of, the lineup we have on the floor, that's been the lineup we had since, 3 years ago, but Kawhi didn't play last year. But so the guys should be used to one another, but when Kawhi's been out so long, you kind of forget how we got to play through him and how we need to play around him. And so that's going to take some time, and our guys are going to get used to it. But, it's a great problem to have. Just have him on the floor is very good for us. And so we'll be better, we'll get better, and it's going to just take a little time.
Do you experiment trying to use guys that have not played with Kawhi before, like John Wall and Norm, who hadn't been around Kawhi a lot? Do you try seeing what those lineups look like?
Yeah, it's coming soon. We're going to get to that, especially, like you said, with the minutes. He's going to be playing with different combinations because, the minutes right now of how he's playing.
Ty, you've already played against Devin Vassell from the earlier game, and I just want to know from you, what you see from him as far as how he's improved his game, both on and off the ball.
Yeah, I thought when he first came in the league, he was known to be a shooter. When we played him, we always say he's a great shooter, but we played him in San Antonio. He was running pick and roll, putting the ball on the floor, getting to his mid-range, getting to the basket. And so he's definitely improved in that area. And so he's been scoring the ball from all three levels. And so, we got to do a good job in locking into him tonight because if he didn't have a minute restriction in San Antonio, he could have single-handedly beat us. So we got to lock into him.
The last couple of seasons, Pop has guarded Kawhi pretty aggressively, pretty consistently throwing traps and things like that at him. It might be a little different tonight with him being on a minutes restriction. But is that something going into a matchup against Pop and the Spurs that you guys have to look at, specifically the way they guard him?
Yeah, we went over today. Been shooting around just the double teams on the post, the blitzes, the fires. And so we got to be ready for it and just make the easy pass, the first available pass, and just kind of play from there.
I know some of this will depend on how the game goes, but are you targeting similar minutes for Kawhi's first game, or do you think I can expand a little?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
I was saying, I know part of it will be how the game plays out, but going in, are you targeting a similar minute load for Kawhi, or can that grow a little bit?
I don't know about as of right now. Just right now, just kind of see how his body holds up and how he feels. And he came out of the game the other day, feeling pretty good. And so he's gonna take the medical's lead on it. When they tell us we can increase and do different things, we'll try that. But right now, we're just kind of stay put right now.
Hi. Within, I guess, how often do you find yourself, I guess it's a two-parter, but calling plays versus letting the guys go out there and do their thing? And second part is, like, how much are you seeing the actions go through option A, option B, option C before it's, okay, ISO ball into the shot clock type of thing?
Well, after makes, we have a package we want to run. So generally, you don't want to call plays after every make. And so we really have to get better at just calling what we want to run after makes, like our point guards and the people in that situation. And so we haven't really been doing a good job. So I've been having to call more plays, and I'm just trying to get us in our right spots. And so when teams are switching 1 through 4, especially with our small lineup, you want to try to take advantage of certain matchups that we can try to exploit. And we just don't want to over dribble trying to do that. And we don't want to pressure too much trying to get to that matchup, and now you lose focus of how we want to play. And so when we do get that matchup, we got to attack quick, get into the paint, making the right play. It just can't be a dance jump shot. And so we got to get better, just getting to the paint, making the right play.
But you said we're not doing a good job. Is it as simple as just calling up the right play and executing it?
No, I'm saying like on makes, like we got to do a better job of just, we have our 3-play package that we usually run after makes, 1, 2, or 3, and so we just got to do a better job, just calling and making sure we get to our spots quick enough to run our offense and then play out of it. And so when we get into it, we see that we do run at a high clip. It's just when we play random basketball, we're not that good at it right now.
Coach, good evening. Good to see you. John didn't play his best game last game. Reggie played well. Can you talk about what the luxury it is of having 2 lead guards, veteran guards, to help run the offense and guys you can rely on?
Yeah, I think, with John, like I said, it's something new to him. And like I said, he's bought in, and it's a tough situation when you started your whole career and you've been the best player on your team your whole career. And now coming here, asking him to come off the bench and do something different. He's been great, and just showing that, he's willing to do whatever it takes to win. And, I know it's got to be tough for him, but like I said, he is one of the elite passers in this league of getting into the paint, making the right play. And we just got to get him comfortable where guys are going to be at, because now we have added a little bit more cutting on penetration. So now you see John throwing a corner pass and guys are cutting to the basket. So just guys getting on the same page in that regard of just knowing when John's driving the basketball, he usually likes the space. When Kawhi drives and PG drive, they like the cut. So we just got to get familiar with one another in that regard. But he's doing a good job with that.
Do you feel like John kind of plays at his own pace sometimes, or guys are trying to catch up to him sometimes?
Well, they need to catch up. Yeah, because we got to get easy baskets. When you average 104 points a game, we got to get easy baskets, and he allows us to do that. I think Reggie, the last 4 or 5 games, was coming to his own of scoring the basketball, being more efficient, also running stuff for PG and Kawhi, and then also picking and choosing his spots as well. And so he's been doing a better job with that, of trying to find his flow and rhythm as well.
The numbers with Luke in the starting lineup, and then with Kawhi in the starting lineup, obviously small sample size, but they're both really good. Conversely, the bench numbers haven't been as good. I guess I'm kind of just curious, how do you get the bench, maybe not up to the same level, but to close the gap a little bit in some of these games?
I think, having Kawhi back, as a starter, and then Luke's coming off the bench, so then you add, more firepower coming off the bench as well, with Luke and John and Norm, coming off the bench. I think will give us a boost offensively. I think the biggest thing is just trying to make sure we keep a big on the floor. We get Zoo out early and get them back so they can run our offense and run it through, but also helps on the defensive end as well.
Ty, I know you mentioned not being good at random basketball right now. So what's the challenge for when it feels like a team might understand what you're trying to do and trying to execute through that?
I can't hear you.
I was saying, what's the challenge of trying to execute for when a team is familiar with what you're doing offensively, especially a team like Spurs? They played you once already. They probably have a feel for what you're trying to run in the half court and things like that. So what's the challenge of trying to run that, even though the defense is a little bit more familiar with you?
I just think, like you said, if we don't have it, just getting to the second and third option. I think making quick decisions is basically what we've been talking about the last couple of days. If you don't have it, let's get to the next action. And so we want to take advantage of matchups when we can, and we have a lot of guys that can, that can go one-on-one versus matchups. But we got to do it in a quicker pace, with a quicker pace, quick decisions, not holding it too long, and then everybody starts standing around and we get stagnant. So we just got to make quick decisions with the basketball. If we don't have it, get to the next action. Yes.